Welcome back to my channel. I'm Traven. These are my tomes, and today we're going to talk about House of Leaves and play some spooky games. Now, if you've been watching my channel recently, I've talked about this a couple of times now. I made a short about it, and I talked about it in my latest wrap-up video. I plan on doing a full review for House of Leaves as well. But suffice to say for today, that this is a really standout book because of its construction. And I don't want to go too deep into it because I do want to leave it for the review. But um, what this is a piece of epistolary metafiction. So epistolary generally means like letters, but in this case, it's an annotated document. And the metafiction is like the different layers that it works on. So um, you've got a character who finds this document in this deceased man's house, this old man's house, and he's annotating it, making his own comments, talking about his life, and then the document itself is purporting to talk about a series of documentary videos that the character that we're seeing things through, I don't know if he's our main character. Johnny Truant is the one who found the document. He says that this documentary doesn't exist. So there's nothing in the world the fictional world of this book. There's nothing called the Navidson records, and it's got so many of these complicated layers that it's very difficult to tell what's real, what's been edited, and ultimately, because it kind of turns on its own artifice, it, you kind of think about how like none of it's real, right? It's an entire fiction book, but I feel like the author kind of fades into the background because you've got so many other voices and so many other layers to get to the main story. And so I just really enjoyed the book. It is a wild ride because it has so much uh, different annotations. The lettering goes all different ways. So here's an example of a crazier page out of the book. So you've got like backwards lettering. You've got things going sideways. You've got things in boxes. You've got annotations that there's an annotation is here and then it goes up here or something like that. So it's just a lot to get through. This is again probably the hardest part of the book, um, the most difficult part to get through, and then others will go super fast because there'll be pages like this. There's a letter here, right? So again, I can totally see why people would not be interested in this. Why this would be very difficult and challenging and frustrating for a lot of people. But I absolutely loved it. Now, of course, part of the fun of this book is to kind of dive in and dissect it and try to figure out the different parts. It's in several different languages, and while it purports to um, subtitle those accurately, I've found online that there are some important distinctions here. There are some things that are not translated correctly, um, like intentionally, and um, it's kind of like a thing you can really get into a rabbit hole if you get really into this. So one of the things I looked at, just as like a thing after I read it to kind of wrap up and explore more of the book, was the Wikipedia article. And the Wikipedia article mentions a couple of games that um, are inspired by House of Leaves, or at least um, there's uh, a video game historian commentator who equated them. So Jacob Geller wrote an article called "Legacy of the Haunted House," and in that he talked about and the two games we're going to play tonight, Anatomy and Control, as being uh, possibly inspired by House of Leaves, because the Navitzen records, the things that don't exist in the world of House of Leaves, are talking about a house with impossible spaces where you can go down into this long hallway, down to this basement that should not exist and cannot possibly be there. Is impossibly large, possibly deep, um, and what he was, what Jacob Geller was equating with these two games is both of these games are going to deal with the house as like a malicious entity. Um, and so I thought it'd be fun to play and kind of get a sense of how the cross section here and how they are related to one another. Now, I tested both of these. We've been having some issues with our streams. My streaming software setup has been all messed up. So I double checked that everything was working well, but this game is really, really dark. And so I might turn off the lights to try to be able to see a little bit better. Um, so we're going to play Anatomy first. My understanding is that this will take about half an hour to 40 minutes, and then we'll jump over to Control. So I'm going to get the lights, and then we can get started. Ooh, very spooky. All right. I know nothing about this game other than the connection it has with um, House of Leaves. So looking forward to it, hoping for not too many jump scares. All right, so we're in a house. It's very dark. All right. The staircase there. There's a door. Okay, I can lock here. Mug. Window. Dresser. That looks ominous. It reminds me of like a Cthulhu-esque thing. That's a different door, right? Also locked. That is terrifying. No, thank you. Hmm. Again, I'm not driving with this. I'm not very good. Nope. Nope. Very spooky. Not have. Okay. Guys, I think I found what we're supposed to be looking for. I think I spotted it. Very ominous, not having any sound. I don't like that at all. I'd rather have something. Okay. Can I get that tape? Okay, now can I play it?
In the psychology of the modern civilized human being, it is difficult to overstate the significance of the house. Since as early as the Neolithic era, humankind has defined itself by its buildings. Buildings for worship, buildings for socializing, buildings for protection, even buildings for the commemoration of the dead. But of all the structures that mankind has invented for itself, there is little doubt that the house is that which it relies upon most completely for its continued survival.
There's a tape in the dining room. Okay. Let me know. Could you hear that? Audio's good. Before I walk around and do anything else, they're talking about the importance of building. Someone will just let me know in the comments. Audio working okay. this the dining room? I don't want to go in there. Dude, can we not have a normal piece of art in this house? Alright. One door has been able to open. Alright, taking this back. Okay. So far, nothing terrible has happened. Again, let me know, is audio okay? Is audio playing?
The house is one of the key elements that separates modern humanity from its more primitive antecedents. No other creature goes to such lengths to create lasting, permanent shelter for itself, nor regards said shelters with such reverence and import. Why do human beings of our modern age foster this tremendous sympathy toward their homes? There are many reasons, of course, but perhaps it is due in some small part to seeing them as a reflection of ourselves.
There's a tape in the downstairs bathroom. Okay. Oh, this was the dining. Oh, I could have gone right through here. I went through all that spooky nonsense, and I could have just opened this door. Bathroom? Tape, get out. Oh, I can't even see myself. I'm just playing tapes on a tape recorder. Why is this so terrifying?
The anatomy of the house is such that this analogy is less superficial than at first it may seem. To carry it further, if we were to dissect a house as we might a human cadaver, we would find ourselves able to isolate and describe its various appendages and their functions in a decidedly anatomical fashion. There is even a fair number of direct comparisons to be drawn between those organs of a house and those of a human body.
In the garage. Anything. But there it is. Yes, I would like that.
For example, let us examine the living room. Often the dominant space of a house's ground level, as well as typically the center of activity in a well-populated home, the living room is very much the heart of the house. While a human heart circulates blood to oxygenate the body's extremities, the living room circulates people, activity, communication. It is the room most likely to be found beating, as active and vivacious as its name would imply. The comparison is only strengthened when we consider also that the living room is most commonly the room to contain the fireplace, making it additionally a locus of actual physical heat.
Interesting observations. Tape wasn't here before.
It is easy to think of the kitchen and dining room as the stomach or digestive system of a house, though this comparison is tenuous. By contrast, the function and analog of a bathroom should be immediately obvious. The hallways and corridors of a house are its veins, providing circulation coursing throughout its frame. A staircase bears more than a passing resemblance, both physically and symbolically, to a spine. The windows of a house serve much the same purpose as eyes, and anyone who has ever rounded a bend or long drive and come suddenly face to face with a tall, dark manor will tell you that it is difficult to shake the impression that the house, through its lightless windows, is a creature capable of vision and intelligence.
Tape on the stairs. Very creepy to be hearing someone talk about the just leave. Very creepy to hear someone talk about the kitchen as the stomach when you're like in the kitchen. Not there. Like literally nothing has happened so far. This is still just really unnerving.
The bedroom is perhaps the room that most eludes direct comparison in this fashion. At a stretch, and allowing for a bit of poetic sympathy, it might be said that the bedroom is not unlike the human mind, or those parts of it which dictate thought and imagination. In the bedroom, dreams are dreamt, passions are ignited, epiphanies are experienced in cold sweat at early hours. In the bedroom is where people invariably spend the majority of their time, though comparatively little of it whilst conscious.
More interesting observations. I assume the bedroom's upstairs. There. Oh.
And yet this analogy is an incomplete one, for obviously the mind is an exceedingly complex thing. If the bedroom represents the thinking, dreaming part of the brain, then it is the basement that represents those lower, unconscious parts.
Oh, please no.
The basement is dark. It is buried. It is a place full of cobwebs where memories are stored. A poignant comparison, truly. Often the unnerving uncertainty that comes with considering the deeper aspects of the human psyche is not unlike gazing down at the swimming blackness pooled at the bottom of a basement stairwell. It is a place we spend our childhoods filling with monsters that will lay for years in patient silence. It is a place that, barring some specific errand, we seldom ever want to go.
No. Come on. After that? Bathroom. That's not it. That was the bathroom. Love how I just clipped through the wall. Well, that's the only door left, right? That's not open. Yeah, I'm seriously at a loss. Like, oh, hi. Hmm. Okay, sure. Mm-mm. Well, I didn't see it.
Of course, this comparison, though appropriate, is a very heavy-handed one, and often the basement is little more than a storage space littered with the corpses of spiders and woodlice. While poets and psychoanalysts no doubt dread the thought of a dark basement, in truth, it is the bedroom, the waking mind, that place of dreams, that is actually the most frightening of all.
In the master bedroom, of course. Dude, I'm just expecting, like, we've been playing for, like, what, 20 minutes? And now I'm just expecting, like, giant, stupid jump scare. It would be nice if you could see literally, oh my god, the hell? Hello?
It is here, in the bedroom, that we are at our most vulnerable. Each night we shut our senses to the world for hours at a time, trusting in the house to keep us safe until next we wake. In this state of extreme vulnerability, we will spend something like 20% of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Anything might stand beside us, watch us, keep us company until dawn, and we would never perceive it. We can only pray that the house will not let such things carry on as we sleep. In this way, during these hours, the bedroom seems less like a mind and more like a mouth. For it is here that the house is most likely to betray us. It is here that we place ourselves most at the house's mercy and spend each night hoping that it will not bite down.
Okay, no. Mm-mm. Oh, is that? Is that the game? Did we do it? Okay. Um. Yeah, I think we did it. That drops you back in the game. Now there's sound though. There wasn't that sound before.
In the psychology of the modern civilized human being, it is difficult to overstate the significance of the house. Since as early as the Neolithic era, humankind has defined the era of the dead. But of all the structures that mankind has invented for itself, there is little doubt that the house is that which it relies upon most completely for its continued survival.
There's a ape in the dining room. Can you guys hear that? Like, slight trilling sound in the back? In the dining room, right? The noise is also more. That's like VHS noise. You'd imagine you don't start the game up again. You're just like, oh, that was weird. Deep breath.
Why do human beings of our modern age foster this tremendous sympathy?
Okay.
The anatomy of the house is such that the fidelity is less superficial than at first it may seem. To tell you further, if we were to dissect the house and unite a human cadaver, we would find ourselves able to isolate and describe its things, appendages, and their functions in a decidedly anatomical fashion. There is even a fair number of direct comparisons to be drawn from our quarters to the house.
God, that's awful. There's doors are unlocked. All the doors are unlocked. The walk-in closet. There's a little closet, guys. All the doors are unlocked. Hey, what about the main door? Hey, what about this door? I just leave? Oh boy. Well, Hard pass. Nope. No, thank you. Hide. Great, great, great. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, that's normal, right? That's the thing that happens in houses. Oh, we're so dead, guys. So dead. House is gonna eat me. There's another tape. I'll tell you where I'm not going. I'm not gonna go play this in the bedroom. Go down to the tape down here. Please don't be like horrendous screaming. Uh-huh. Alright, there's a tape in the living room. This tape looks like it's a little messed up, guys. This does not look like a normal tape. Am I gonna be able to pick it up with my hands? Apparently so. Quantum position tape. Again, imagine the game just like closes and you're like, oh, well, that was a kind of weird. That was a weird thing about houses, the different rooms in houses. Neat.
It is easy to think of the kitchen and dining room as the stomach or digestive system of a house, though this comparison is tenuous. By contrast, the function and analog of a bathroom should be immediately obvious. The hallways and corridors of a house are like veins, providing circulation coursing throughout its frame. A staircase bears more than a passing resemblance, both physically and symbolically, to a spine. The windows of a house serve much the same purpose as eyes, and anyone who has ever rounded a bend on a long drive and come suddenly face to face with a pale, dark manor will tell you that the house is a creature capable of...
I didn't like that. What did that say? It said nothing. Do we have an instruction? Did I miss it? I was distracted. Where am I supposed to go? Did we have a next step? Didn't see instructions? Okay. Well, I'm going to the terrifying bedroom again, I guess. Oh, is that? Oh my god, it's floating in the air. Of course it is. And it's like, this is the first time it's been brightly lit. I don't like this room. Okay, well, here we go. turning down my game. Oh no. Turning down my game audio because it's just a little loud. Alrighty. Here we go.
The bedroom is perhaps the room that most eludes direct comparison in this fashion. At a stretch, and allowing for a bit of poetic sympathy, it might be said that the bedroom is not unlike the human mind, or those parts of it which dictate thought and imagination. In the bedroom,
I dream that there are teeth growing all over me, everywhere on me and in me, like cysts or bone spurs. They're loose, but I can't remove them because I have no hands. I look out through the bedroom window and I see a truck approaching. A young man steps out, approaches, and enters through the front door. His body is covered in swollen ticks the size of quarters. He's walking through the downstairs hallway and laughing. He begins urinating on the wall. He spits on the carpet. He's moving through the first floor, breaking and upsetting things. He goes to the basement and stands at the top of the stairs. I'm angry at him, so I slam the door and he falls down. I can feel his bones snapping. The ticks are bursting, oozing old black blood everywhere. I can feel him being ground up, dissolved and torn, splitting and shredding. I leave the door closed. I close my eyes and try to sleep. The teeth continue growing on me until there's nothing left of me but teeth and gums and sinew.
the basement is dark.
Guys. We have a decision to make here. Because I could start this game again. And I have a sneaking suspicion that it will be worse. But I don't think that was the end. So, I think we're going to have to start it up again. Oh, I don't like this. And like the thing that I find really fascinating about this game is like literally nothing has happened, right? Like we've not been in any kind of like immediate danger. There's not even been a jump scare, but I feel like the tension has been rising this entire game. And so I just have a feeling like we're going to get something really bad suddenly at the end of all this. Okay. Oh, hello. Yeah, that's not before. Oh, okay. Hi. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go get the lights. And then, oh goodness, hello. Yeah, this isn't how a house is supposed to be, but maybe the lights will help me to not feel as unnerved as I feel right now. And the screen's not as dark, guys. That's good, right? Oh, okay. All right. Also, my wife's rule of thumb is kind of like, oh, if the thing that's scary can't happen to me, then like that makes it easier to deal with, right? But this is literally like making you afraid of your bedroom. Cool. Yep. Uh-huh. That bathroom? Oh. You're getting it. You understand it. Okay. Then. There. The last time we played one of these, it was really bad and I didn't like it. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do other than am I just supposed to go sit there and listen to the screaming for a long time? You never came back. We are still screaming. I'm honestly not sure what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Like, I've gone back into the bedroom. I can't open the basement. I can't open the garage. This no longer has anything. Close myself in the bathroom. Nothing to do. Like, you would think that would be the end game right there. But I don't know where to go. And I have one other thought. So double check. There's nothing here. I have not seen any other tapes. Where's my... This door doesn't open. Okay, I don't think this room was read earlier. Okay, here we go. Got one. Guys, get that. Alright, I turned on the terrifying television. I can't turn that off, by the way, in case you were curious. Here we go. Yep, okay, we're still screaming. I would like to not be at that part of the house. Into the bedroom again. I'm just waiting one of these times for, like, the door to not be there anymore, or, like, me to be trapped in a room.
If we were to dissect the house, we would find organs and stomach, brains and minds and eyes, dreams and memories and a mouth that will bite down.
I wasn't ever... Oh, hello. Hey, look, it's that thing I said. Oh, okay. Here we go. Hey, man, you got any more of them tapes? It's preposterously difficult to see in this basement. You know, it's kind of funny. Today, my students were writing about horror media. Like, that was their synthesis argument today. So, how appropriate that I'm now doing this. Okay. Alright, I don't see anything down here. Or anything? No, okay. There's gotta be something down there, right? I'm supposed to stare into it. Oh, Jesus.
There is an important distinction that must be drawn between the words dissection and vivisection, a distinction that would appear to be lost on you. Your purpose was to listen, and yet at every turn you have pried, you have prodded, and you have interfered. Have you not been paying attention? Did it not occur to you that as an organism existing within a greater organism, your intrusion would be felt? And still you harassed. And now, like the wayward spider who witlessly settles upon a sweeper's tongue, you will be swallowed. Because the truth is this. When a house is both hungry and awake, every room becomes a mouth.
Oh, that's cool. We got another decision. Now, it just explicitly told me to stop poking and prodding, and then it did that. If I open it again, is it going to be even crazier? Oh man, so many questions. All right, we're gonna try one more. Try one more. See what happens. I think that might be it though. Nope. That in fact was not it, guys. I cannot move. I cannot do anything, I don't think.
What happens to a house when it is left alone? When it becomes worn and aged? When its paint peels and its foundations begin to sink? When it goes for too long unlived in? What does it think of? What does it dream? How does it regard those creatures who built it? Brought it into existence only to abandon it when its usefulness no longer satisfies them. It may grow lonesome. It may stare for long hours into the darkness of its own empty halls and see shadows, and its heart may jump as it thinks, here is someone again, I'm not alone. And each time it is wrong, and the hurt starts over. It may haunt itself, inventing ghosts to walk its floors. making friends with its shadow puppets, laughing and whispering to itself at the end of some quiet cul-de-sac. It may grow angry. Its basement may fill with churning acid like an empty stomach, and its gorge may rise as it asks itself through clenched teeth, what did I do wrong? It may grow bitter. It may grow hungry. So hungry and so bitter that its scruples dissolve and its doors unlock themselves. While a house may hunger, it cannot starve. And so, in fever and anger and loneliness, it may simply lie in wait. Doors open, shades drawn, hallways empty, hungry.
Like I'm pretty sure I can't move or do anything. Fading out. Can't tell. Alright, I think that's the end. We're gonna escape out. I'm gonna launch it one more time, see what happens. But I think that was it. Oh, this comes back to this. Yeah, I think we're done. Because again, can't do anything. I have no controls. Can't look around. Pretty sure we're done. Okay, cool. Well, that was that was something. Um, a good like actually creepy game. A lot of like driving up the tension. Not having music. I don't pay a lot of attention to music in games, but having no sound at the beginning of that game was really quite unnerving. And just like having it describe the the basement as this like place of terror and then being like, oh, there's the thing in the basement. It's really kind of rough. All right. So next up is going to be Control. I think Control is going to be a little less directly scary. I feel like it's like a more actiony type game. But we're still dealing with this idea of like a house as a place of like horror and danger. So I think if I start it up, it should just play. So let's see. Oh. We'll play it for about an hour and then we'll call it a day. There. Flashing lights and patterns. Progress saves automatically. Brightness, HDR. English, English. Let's put subtitles on. Just extra help. Maybe I would be best not here. We'll see. We might move me around later. Start.
Fair warning. This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped. You called me. So here I am. I know I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room, and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster.
Sounds like an allegory of a cave.
The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here? Hello? Anyone here?
Multiple containment breaches detected. HRA protocol activated. Head of research override. General lockdown in effect. Certain objects are not allowed inside the Bureau. Recent incidents have necessitated issue reminder. Unauthorized weapons, pagers, laptops, smartwatches, smartphones, smart gaming devices, anything smart. Number 2 pencils? Any objects considered iconic representations of an archetypical concept. So, for example, rubber ducks, ketchup bottles. All material under Bureau investigation is to be brought in through the private entrances. If you see any lobby personnel in breach of these policies, please notify your supervisor. Oh,
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them and they were hiding in plain sight.
a shark. Although secure permission following basic order, I'll shoot to kill. Okay. Weird. Shark.
Hello? Hey, excuse me.
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You'll work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, niin Johan helvet. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, jumalauta.
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No face.
But that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
Yeah, hiding in the giant building with their name on it. Yeah. Hey, she said hiding in plain sight. Yeah.
The cell and the poster. I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help?
Ooh, credit sequence. I miss a nice, like, creative credit sequence in films. Nice.
Did I lose you there for a moment? You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
got a vendetta. Okay. Arrives at oldest house, the headquarters of the Federal Bureau of Control, to look for answers to mysterious mysteries of her childhood. I am not to be disturbed. Cancel all my appointments for the day for the rest of the week. Can't trust in Barbara, not a single one. That's from Trench, which I believe was the name of the main guy, the CEO. Maybe it looked like. Investigate the noise in the director's office. All right. Hey guys, what was that noise?
Shit. Shit.
Oh, maybe he was trying not to trust me.
You want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really?
I mean, I don't want you to pick it up, but the games don't. It.
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now,
Of course.
the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Look at this place. Where am I?
Okay, I don't know. Suddenly we're somewhere different.
The same gun. Okay, now I have a gun.
Okay. Alright, like bored.
Something's coming. This threat. An attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here. Things have quieted down outside. Is it safe to go?
Like how nonplussed we are by this. Like, I mean, I know she was initially shocked, but like we've gotten over it. We've gotten over it really quickly. Any other like things pinging, looking around? So.
You can't let this happen. 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 You stopped it. You. Oh, thank you. That was horror. Get the fuck away!
Don't have fear.
The hotline. Secure line of communication. Guide us. Reach the hotline.
The hotline. Okay.
I haven't played a shooter in a long time. Oh, alright. Where am I gonna respawn? Was not expecting third-person action shooter. Again, I did not look up any of these games. So, all right. So there's gonna be multiple people out here. I also really don't like where the melee button is. Like that's really rough.
The hotline. Secure line of communication. Guide us. Reach the hotline.
Hotline. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I have a clear level. Bureau has many internal security personnel that his take advantage of this fact. His guards use standard issue bullpup rifles that carry prior to corruption, while the armored guards carry pump out shotguns. They have no observed paranormal abilities, with the exception that certain Hiss guards are protected by a shield of dense Hiss resistance capable of stopping bullets. Is this shielding a result of prolonged Hiss corruption? Does the Hiss mature in organic hosts over time? More data is needed. The Hiss target individual in combat training. Hiss has a level of cognizance. They utilize hosts for tasks they are best suited for. Combat training hosts are reserved for combat. They're questions for later, though it's obvious that corrupted individuals obtain knowledge on use of their weapon. Refer to this. Okay, so looks like face, hands. Here's our photograph of the director. Thing about the service weapon, no unique procedures required. Object's form is variable. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to do something. The object must only be bound by individuals seeking the role of. The object will determine whether, if rejected, the applicant is terminated. The process is directed by the other criteria is unknown. Object was discovered inside the oldest house in the room that is now used as the director's office. Popular hypothesis, many formed through history. Mjolnir, Excalibur, Vernastra, all weapons that are the wielders of objects of power are the convergence of forces based on the collective consciousness. This may be the original manifestation of this event. If that's the case, the Darling presentation. More details. Checked out the suspicious AWE in Duluth. Wasn't anything just like the house fire before this, and the malfunctioning clothes dryer before that. My team is getting pretty sick of duds. We need to find a better way to sort the fake AWEs from the real things, or you need to rotate these field agents off for a bit. Anyway, we're en route to Sherman Ranch. Next one on the list. Let's hope it's a little livelier there. This is sounding like Magnus Archives now. You wondered why you weren't using a controller? Yeah, I didn't know it was a shooter. I didn't look this up. I saw that it was related to my book. So, oh, this is the presentation.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. A side note, remember to cover their connection to the astral plane as well. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it. Lose and you're, well, fired. Thank you. I'm Dr. Darling, head of research, Federal Bureau of Control.
Sure. All right. That's weird. Undefined reading, okay. Delays caused by house shifts do not count toward overtime.
Reminder, if you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search the room for any altered items or objects of power. 2. Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for Bureau staff to find you and the object. If there are no altered items or objects of power in the vicinity, then reach your supervisor via the nearest intercom and await further instructions. Thank you for your attention.
Seems reasonable. So I need to find an object of power then, or an anomaly?
The hissing sound that
Just
tried to
just leave
evade
it.
me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy. That babble's contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
Where to wash your hands? Your hands can spread the mold. Who's taking cars for sale? Good to know, though. Oh, I'm afraid this is not going to be too particularly entertaining, so I'm not good at shooters. Alright. Yeah, I need to collect stuff again.
Reminder, if you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search the room for any altered
Let moles thrive.
The hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy. That babble's contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
Must cleanse control points. An enemy. Corrupt. Spreading.
Cleanse the control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it.
That was cool.
Holy shit! You did it! We did it!
Hello? Can you hear me? Are you with us? With the Bureau? Are you still sane? Please, talk to me. We saw you deal with the compromised agents. Is it safe to come out?
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope. Emily Pope. Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie?
Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting.
I should have lied.
Oh, shit. You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
Director Faden.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow this hostile force, this
Hiss?
that works. Somehow the hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench is dead. Shot.
Ah.
I found his body. And the gun. Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
The service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me. Saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point. Push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet. A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of. Yes. I can try. I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together. Okay. You with me? We did it before. Push the hiss out. It didn't work. The hiss has burrowed too deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
Jesse, over here. We need to make a plan, Jesse.
Where'd she go?
I can't cleanse them.
I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it. Listen. The Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time. That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. Or a few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench. The ghost, or whatever he is. He mentioned something called the Hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the hiss.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
They call me the director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
All right, guys.
I know
I
this
think
is all new to you, so don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions. The door to the
that's a good
comms
jump.
department is just outside the boardroom back in the lobby. They should have gotten it open by now. Follow the signs to the mailroom. You can get to the hotline containment chamber through there. Good luck, Jesse. See you back here once you have the hotline.
Thanks, Emily.
So that's the start of a new chapter. I think it auto saved. So I think we're gonna call it there. And just do a little bit of wrapping up before I take off. If you would like to see me play more of Control and watch me fumble through this shooter and just flail around ridiculously, I am interested in playing more. But let me know in the comments of the video if you would like me to do a part 2 of Control. And yeah, so to sign off, again, we were playing these games because of House of Leaves. I definitely see the connections with Anatomy. There's not as much of a, I'd say, maliciousness from the house in this one, but there is a point where there's some uh, tension and there's some some things going on that are very similar to what I saw in Anatomy. I didn't see much in Control yet that had the same vibe, other than the shifting room when we did the when we cleared that one room and everything shifted around. That kind of reminded me a bit of some of the things going on in here. Um, but this is a book that I definitely will recommend. I talked about it briefly on my last wrap up. If you haven't gone and seen that video, go check it out. And I plan on doing a full review for this soon. So we're going to go ahead and sign off. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. Again, let me know if you want to see a Control Part 2, and I would definitely do that. But yeah, thank you for coming by, hanging out, playing games, talking about books, and until the next one, take care.